talk about a bunch of them. I don't know what that's about, but the contract can only be negotiated once you're out of contract. So when Dame Dash didn't want to take the cut, that's when Jay-Z kept moving. It's that simple. As far as how he handled himself in meetings and shit like that, Dame Dash was already right that meeting. 100% right that meeting.
Thank you,
And I wish him, would try me, I wish him my label, I should ping him in there right now.
Thank you, Wack.
My label execs ain't even finna attempt to contact me. I wish they would.
Thank you, Wack.
Cause see when that happens, right?
Kill him with the answer.
The minute you start to contact my artist direct, see it's a little game. Well, let's see if we can talk to him direct. In addition, we'll come in and we'll infiltrate, and then we'll start to do business with him without him knowing it. Right? So Jay-Z was supposed to, hey, we got back together, which Jay-Z did. He didn't really start doing it on his own until they broke and Dame went there for management. But the fact that a marketing called in his people and have a whole meeting about his situation. Jay-Z wasn't signed to Def Jam. Jay-Z was signed to Rockefeller. Game was never ever signed to Interscope. Game was signed to Desperado.
Real quick, what is a production deal? It usually happens early in an artist's career where a label might be approaching, but somebody with a name in the business might sign them to a production deal. They might call it a management deal. What it is, you sign into that person's company, not the major. The major signs that production company to a deal. You cannot contact the major directly. The funds go to the production company before it hits the artist. They can distribute it how they like. That's usually not a good thing, but in this case, Jay-Z was signed to a Rockefeller, which is a separate label. Rockefeller was signed to Def Jam. All that to say is, there is no way Def Jam should have contacted Jay-Z directly about anything without involving Dame. They do not have that direct relationship, and that's where all of the disagreements and problems started with that. So let's get back to the audio. Just wanted to break that down.
Like the situation within the scope. And Dame has never been signed in the scope direct. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Damn, I always thought he was in the scope.
No, it was just like Nicki Minaj or Jock Beats or even Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne done signed to Cash Money. Cash Money got to deal with the public. Right? So the minute start going around that, you violate chain of command, it's a breach. He's supposed to go through that. Okay, it's cool. Y'all do what y'all want to do, and eventually y'all just cut me out of everything. I don't know what's going on about this. Nigga, he was supposed to went up in there, jump under the table, nigga, with a machete if he wanted to.
Thank you,
all
man.
right. Guess what? Niggas want to blame the leaves in the branch. But before it's a leaf in a branch, it got to be a root to the problem. What started the problem? What triggered the man? That company knew damn well what they was doing. When the Capitol contacted their artists directly that was signed to Def Jam.
Y'all remember earlier when we was talking about that production deal? One of the biggest tours, especially late 90s, early 2000s, was the Rockefeller tour. But Def Jam is a partner in this agreement, right? So there was a scenario where all the Rockefeller artists were given Def Jam jackets, and it was made to seem like it was a gesture, a kind gesture, when we all know it was a marketing ploy to make it seem like a Def Jam tour, but it was a Rockefeller tour. And Dame went off the rails. Y'all might remember this.
Now, let's go through this, because it seems that people are blurring the lines, or they just really don't know. First off, Jay-Z didn't sign to Rockefeller Records. Jay-Z is a part owner of Rockefeller Records. That's one thing that these people keep leaving out. He wasn't a regular artist signed. He's a part owner of Rockefeller Records. So he can talk to Def Jam any time he wants. He is a part owner. He does not need Dame Dash to represent him. Dame Dash, I don't think, represented Jay-Z at any point in time past Volume 1. Dame Dash did not want Jay-Z to do a record with Biggie. Dame Dash is like, oh, they're gonna charge us too much money. No, we don't need that. He didn't want Puffy having anything to do with Volume 1. Jay does what Jay wants to do. So if Jay-Z wanted to talk to Def Jam, Jay-Z can do that. He don't have to consort with Dame, and Dame knows it. That's why Dame did the video, to try to make the people believe, look at Jay, and look at what he's doing. It was a shame. He wanted to have it on file, like, I'm the man, I'm the one that make it charge. Look at what they doing. Those videos are the reasons why he was blackballed and ostracized out of the business. So a lot of these young folks don't understand, because they listen to people like Cap 100, who is really ignorant in this situation. Interscope is the reason why Game was moved to Giffen Records. Giffen Records is one of the labels that Interscope owns. They were able to move him from Aftermath and take Dr. Dre and their whole involvement out of it with Game and move him to Giffen, which is another subsidiary label of Interscope. So they were able to move the Game over there to drop the Doctor's Advocate out. So once again, you know, people, I don't know where these Cap 100 people, they're talking about stuff they know nothing about, period. Wack has no idea what the hell he's talking about. He should go watch my Truth Behind videos and get caught up. Go watch the Truth Behind Jay-Z and Dame Dash. It seemed like they did, and they didn't watch it all the way through. They skimmed through it and they just took bits and pieces because they can't comprehend. And the answer, shout out to you, man. I hope that you get all the success that comes your way. You know, you work hard doing what you do. Admire it. But don't listen to these dudes and follow behind it. Just because they're like connected to some people in the industry, that don't mean anything, bro. They knew nothing. He knows nothing about what happened. He knows very little about any details that took place. Wack will say anything if you pay him. So the man has no moral standards, no moral code, nothing. He rolls around with rats and snitches and try to assume you do. You got a rat and snitch on your block right now. Why y'all ain't did nothing to him? Everybody got a rat and snitch on the block. If he a rat and snitch on the block, he ain't ratting and snitching around me. I don't keep them around me. You keep them around you. That's a difference. I don't keep them around me. So I just wanted to clear that up for everybody over here. I even did it on One Crack News, so we ain't even trying to blow this up into anything extra. Just wanted to clarify it, just to let people know how wrong these guys are. Now I'm gonna go over to Carcino for Life, and then I'm gonna address him again, but in a different way. I'm out.